Why and how did the light bulb turn into the symbol of a great idea? Well, there could be various reasons behind it. The history of the light bulb is a very long one, but in this video I'll try to keep it simple. Some of you might think that the light bulb is a pretty simple and a pretty boring invention. And some of you also might think that Thomas Edison is the sole inventor of the light bulb. This couldn't be further from the truth. And in this video I'll try to prove this to you. So make sure to stick till the end. Okay, let's start with the first question. Why and how did the light bulb turn into the symbol of a great idea? In the early days, there were no photographs of events in newspapers, so they used to show illustrations and cartoons to show the event. During the invention of the incandescent bulb, newspapers used to depict this invention as a lamp that was lighting up a dark room. As time went on, Edison became famous, and people started taking real pictures of him with his light bulb. Everyone began to think of the light bulb as a symbol of Edison's cleverness and inventiveness. But in the early 20th century, a cartoon show named Felix the Cat came out. This was the first ever cartoon show to depict a new idea as a bright light bulb. The reason to depict the light bulb as a symbol of a great idea could be because of the reasons given earlier, or it could be something else. Here is my take on this. We all know Mickey Mouse, right? Most of us could probably identify him with his voice alone. But at first, Mickey Mouse was released as a silent character in 1928. But almost a decade earlier, Felix the Cat came out. So you could probably guess that Felix the Cat was also a silent character. But there weren't many ways to show his thoughts and feelings with animation alone, especially at that time. So the clever animators adopted many creative ways to portray their thoughts. This led to the light bulb cemented as the symbol of a great idea in cartoon shows for decades to come. Mainly because the light bulb was easy to draw and easy to grasp the meaning behind it. Remember earlier in this video I said that Thomas Edison isn't the sole inventor of the light bulb? Well, let's talk a little more about it. Our journey starts with British chemist Humphrey Davy, 1802. He had a great mind and a great vision, but he was limited by his technology. But this did not stop him from trying. The batteries in his time were primitive. It could not hold a steady flow of electricity for a long period of time. But still, Humphrey Davy was able to build a massive battery using 2,000 double plates. It took up almost 900 square feet. Using this battery, Humphrey Davy powered something that sort of resembles a light bulb. It had two carbon rods. When this lamp was turned on, the electricity would jump between these two rods, creating an electric arc. This electric arc was extremely hot and bright. It was glaring to look at. It wasn't very efficient either. It required frequent replacements. Almost 60 years later, German chemist Hermann Sprengel invented the mercury pump. This pump could achieve way greater levels of vacuum than prior pumps. Later on, English physicist and chemist Joseph Swan used this invention on his own light bulb. This is because the vacuum helped the light bulb filament last longer and be more efficient. Even with this improvement, the light bulb still wasn't very commercially viable. It still required a larger lifespan and more brightness. But his contribution to the invention of the light bulb was soon overshadowed by the American inventor and businessman Thomas Edison, mainly because of Edison's aggressive marketing and patent disputes. But Edison solved Joseph Swan's light bulb's several problems. He tested many filaments for his light bulb, but he finally landed on carbonized bamboo filament. This massively increased the light bulb's lifespan. Thomas Edison wasn't just an inventor, he was also a great businessman. He made the use of light bulb more widespread because he had started mass production of the light bulb, which made it more commercially viable. Things were going smoothly for some time. The lifespan of these light bulbs were increasing year by year. This was great news for the consumers, but a big problem for the manufacturers. Because of the longer lifespan, people were buying light bulbs less frequently. This negatively affected the manufacturer's profit. To solve this problem, big light bulb companies such as Osram, Philips, General Electric and many more joined forces. They significantly reduced the light bulb's lifespan. They limited it to only 1000 hours. This operation was called the Phoebus Cartel, but they couldn't continue their evil deeds for long. The Phoebus Cartel didn't last as long as they planned. It stopped in 1939 because of World War II. Later, the carbonized bamboo filament of Edison's light bulb was replaced by tungsten, which increased the bulb's lifespan and brightness. Later, the bulbs were filled with nitrogen gas to increase its efficiency. After some time, it was replaced by halogen gas, which further increased the bulb's efficiency and lifespan. As time passed, lights like fluorescent lamps came about. These used electricity to excite the mercury vapor inside the bulb to create UV light. The phosphor coating on the bulb turned the UV rays into visible light. After some time, LEDs finally decided to show up, arguably one of the biggest light bulb advancements in recent years. These are incredibly efficient. They last almost 25 times longer than the incandescent bulb and use 75% less energy. They are rapidly becoming the dominant lighting technology worldwide.